Welcome back, and thanks so much for staying with us. If you're just joining in, welcome. We're talking about Travel Thursday, which is our segment every week where we help you dream a little bit. For a lot of people, it's been a tough couple of years and you haven't stepped out too much. So, what we do every week is we give you a possible location that you can add to the list of places that you want to go once things get back to normal. My guest is travel vlogger Ivana Perkovic. Thank you so much, Ivana, for taking the time, and thank you so much for helping my viewers dream a little bit. Let's talk about the location that you've selected. It is from the place where my family is from, Kerala. Why did you select Munnar?
So it is absolutely my pleasure, because if there's anything that we need in this world right now, it's a little bit of dreaming, and travel is my specialty. So today I wanted to shine a light on Munnar because this is a place that before I went there was recommended to me numerous times. And I truly believe that once you go there yourself, you will never be able to forget this place. The true beauty of Munnar can only be witnessed in real life. The pictures really don't do it any justice. And as you rightfully said, it is in Kerala. So the easiest way to reach Munnar is from Kochi Airport. It is a 4-hour drive, and Uber drive there will cost you about 1,000 rupees. If you go for the prepaid taxi at the airport, obviously it will cost you a little bit more, but they will communicate the price with you beforehand. So you can pay at the spot, and then you're all set to go to Munnar.
Okay, and what's the drive like? Is it the typical journey through Kerala, or is it slightly different? Because as I understand it, Munnar is a hill station, isn't it?
That's completely correct. So it is definitely not a typical drive. Once you start your drive, the landscape will start to change from the typical Kochi views of beautiful coconut trees and villages up to more and more cloudy spaces, a lot more foresty, and of course, the thing that Munnar is the most famous for, the beautiful tea plantations. And that's something that's so surreal to see, because on your drive there, you will be shifting landscapes quite a lot, actually. So, one moment you will be in a forest, the next moment you will be driving next to a waterfall, the other moment you are looking out over villages with coconut trees, and then suddenly you're driving into the clouds with so many tea plantations around you. It's absolutely surreal. So, the drive there is actually already worth it because it's so beautiful.
Mm. And there are some really, really beautiful forests also, from what I can remember. Now, could you also take us through what the best time it is to visit Munnar? Because Kerala, I think, is one of the places in India that gets a lot of rainfall because it is the first to receive the southwest monsoon winds, and it is the last, of course, through the retreating monsoons as well. So, what's a good time to go to Munnar?
Yes, that's correct. And a lot of people also struggle with the heat and humidity of Kerala. So if you want to go in a very pleasant and a little bit more cooler time, the best time to go is from the end of monsoon, which is mid-September, until February. But the best time is actually approaching now. It is December.
Okay. Is it difficult to get accommodation there? I would think Munnar is quite popular, from what I've heard, so there should be quite a range to choose from. Any advice that you'd like to give our viewers?
Yes, definitely. So the good thing about Munar's popularity is that there is an accommodation for any kind of budget range. There are so many homestays where you can stay for the night starting from a price of 1,500 rupees up to 5,000 rupees. But if you prefer more luxury, luxury hotels, multiple are there as well. And one that I would particularly like to recommend, because I really, really think it would enhance your Munnar experience, is Blanket Hotel. Blanket Hotel is a luxury hotel, and it has the best beds I have ever slept in. It is situated in the middle of a forest. It looks out on a huge waterfall. And the best part is that it actually has an infinity pool overlooking that waterfall. I have never seen anything like that before. The prices for the luxury hotels, I think that's also important to mention, vary from 7,000 rupees up to 10,000 rupees per night. And I think if you are considering blanket hotel, it would definitely be 10,000 rupees per night and up, depending on the season.
Okay. But as I understand it, you can also have simple homestays with families,
Yes,
and that's something
yes,
that really captures that Kerala experience. You can go all the way
definitely.
down to 1,500. Like you said, it fits every budget.
100%.
And speaking of those beds, those are really dangerous, and you can eat away your holiday by sleeping too much. So tell us what you can do in terms of the activities that you can do in Munnar.
So the activities will be mostly nature focused, as you can imagine. First of all, obviously the tea plantations. You absolutely can't miss that. Whether you want to take a tour, which I would recommend because that way you will get a little bit more background and more information on how the tea is grown and how to make the distinction between different varieties of tea. Or actually, honestly, if you are just driving around, you can also take a look at the tea plantations yourself. And then there is also a beautiful, beautiful national park, which name I am afraid to butcher, but I'm going to try. And it is called Eravikulam National Park. So I hope I'm pronouncing that a little bit correctly. It is a beautiful, stunning park where, in the middle of gorgeous nature, beautiful views, very cute animals, and fantastic waterfalls, actually, you will completely forget about any stress that you might have from home and finally relax because that's what you're going for when you're going to Munnar, right?
Absolutely. Um, just a quick mention of the food.
Yes.
I'm very intimately aware of the food from Kerala, but what would you find in Munnar?
Munnar is surprisingly actually very versatile. So, of course, next to the traditional Kerala food or the Malu food, as we like to call it, you can also find a lot of North Indian dishes and actually also continental. The prices for the food are actually so normal, I would say, especially for such a popular touristic destination. And when I say like very normal, I would say like 250 rupees up to 300 rupees for a paneer butter masala, which I think is incredibly reasonable. And the food is super yummy. One thing that you absolutely, absolutely can't miss out on, if you happen to stumble upon it, because it's not always available, is a Kerala sadia. For the people who don't know, it is an amazing thali with a lot of dishes on a banana leaf. And it is a true Kerala experience. And the food is so yummy because they're actually quite specific malu dishes, which are served on a banana leaf with the red rice, which is also traditional to Kerala. I think if you don't get to have that, you're kind of missing out on a very important part of Kerala. So make sure to look out for it and actually have it when you stumble upon it.
You're making me hungry, Ivana. Thank you so much for joining in as always and for taking the time.
Absolutely my pleasure.
All right, on that note, we are slipping into a short break, but do stay tuned. There's more on the other side.